What is up, you guys? It's MentalGrandma, and today I'm going to be comparing Dying Light versus Dead Island 2. Let's get into the video. Now, starting off with the developers of each game for Dead Island 2, we have German developer Jaeger Development, and it's being published by Deep Silver. Now, Deep Silver was the original publishers for the first Dead Island, so you can kind of see how they're still going to maintain that original Dead Island feel. Now, with Dying Light, it's being developed by Techland, which is the original developer of the first Dead Island, and is being published by Warner Brothers. Now, what's going to be the difference between these two games, seeing the fact that they come from the same roots? Well, with Dead Island 2, it's now the official sequel to the first Dead Island, whereas Dying Light was actually meant to be the sequel to the first Dead Island. Now, why is Dying Light not the sequel? In an interview with Hardcore Gamer, Techland states that they didn't really agree with the creative vision of Dead Island and that they weren't really in a good business position with the game. So later Techland split with publisher Deep Silver and started developing Dying Light. What does this mean for Dead Island 2? Will Jaeger Development actually outshine Techland? Well, with their recent projects Spec Ops The Line, Dreadnought, and yes, even a game titled Jaeger, it doesn't really look like Dead Island 2 is going to shine any brighter than Dying Light. Probably not as good as Dying Light in my opinion. Personally, I really want to love Dead Island 2. But like seeing gameplay, my hopes are slowly being diminished. When comparing the graphics between both the titles, you can kind of see the beautiful graphics of Dying Light, like how the light shines through the village, the textures of everything, how the water looks, how even diving into the water, it looks really good. And when you compare those to the graphics of Dead Island 2 and what they're bringing to the table, Dead Island 2's graphics as of right now kind of look cartoonish, oversaturated. It's just not really impressive to me, and the zombies don't really look like the zombies in the previews they've been releasing, which is kind of, well, very misleading. So maybe I can't really make a good statement because that was only the alpha. Who knows if that's gonna be the actual gameplay? So maybe when the game comes out, they'll turn it up a notch. Now, moving on to gameplay, with Dying Light you can climb, jump, and dodge almost any obstacle in sight, and that really provides a really awesome, just a fun time for the player, knowing that he can do anything. He has that freedom that he can just adventure around this big map and go wherever he needs or wants to go. It's pretty sick when you don't have to go through any loading screens to go around the map. I know that you have to go through some just to start missions, or let's say go inside the tower or something, but even that you don't really have to. So now, like, the only thing I have with Dying Light is that it didn't really have a compelling or gripping story. You start off not even knowing who you are, jumping out of this mysterious plane, landing, getting beaten up, and then the action just arrives. You don't really know what's going on or what's the whole plot of the story. But as the game slowly unveils itself, everything you think is going to happen actually happens, which to me that's not really a good story, because it's just so obvious that you don't even really have to play the game to know what's going to happen. Once you have the slightest idea, you're probably right. It actually does happen. So, to me, that's not really good. Now, with Dead Island, it had decent gameplay. I wasn't a big fan of it. I loved kicking zombies, and that was it. But the story was sort of good, actually. I mean, you did get a full background of, like, each character you could pick. So you would kind of know where they came from and what they're doing on that island. So that kind of like provides information about who you are and just getting more attached to your character. So can we really make a good decision on which game is going to be better? Not really, because Dead Island 2 still needs to come out for us to make a good judgment on it. And I know I'm kind of judging it right now, but I'm actually still gonna get the game just to make sure. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like the video, share it, please. I am begging you. Just kidding. But yeah, subscribe. Just let me know what you guys think. This is MentalGrandma. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out.